Hi, I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this cute applique dragon. Here's how to make him. Okay, this is the video showing how to assemble the dragon if you are using a light box. So first, my light box set up. I've got my light box on, turned all the way up. I've got my placement guide, and then I have a clear silicone mat. And I've got all of my pieces cut out and prepared. And by that, I mean they are cut out on the solid lines. You can ignore all of the dotted lines. Those are placement guides, and you only need them if you don't have a light box. The one thing that you will need to still transfer are the eyelashes if you want to use them. I am not going to use them on this particular dragon that I'm making, but I will show you at the end of the video one where I did include the eyelashes, just so you can see what that looks like. So now we are going to start by layering the pieces in place, and we're going to start with piece number 1 because the numbers tell you not only what piece is what, but also in what order you lay them down. So we're going to start with piece number 1, which is these back ridges. And then number 2 is his body, his neck. And then number 3 is his ear, or one of his ears. And then 4 is his other ear. Then 5 is one of his horns. And 6 is his other horn. Then 7 is his head. And just overlap all those pieces there. And 8 is his flames. Now the flames get cut off on the placement guide just because they were too wide for the piece of paper, but there's enough flame visible there to allow you to position it properly. So I didn't worry about doing something annoying like telling you that you have to print the pattern out at a particular size. I try to avoid that whenever possible. Now number 9 is his little snout. All right, 10 and 11 are his nostrils. Those are the smaller of the 2 sets of ovals that you've got. And if you've used a dark fabric, it might be a little hard to see these lines through it, especially once the pieces have fusible adhesive on the back, they tend to cup up a little bit. So just push it down until it makes contact and those lines will show through much better. And now 12 and 13 are his eyes. And again, this is a darker fabric, but if I touch it down, I can see those eyes, the lines for the eyes through that dark fabric. And there we go. All right, so I'm going to carefully lift up this silicone mat, carry it over to my ironing board, and fuse all the pieces together right on the silicone mat. I'll let them cool, and then I will peel it off and put it onto the final block that it's going to go onto, the quilt block, do the final fuse, and then I'll do all the outline stitching and bring it back and show you the finished block. All right, here is the finished dragon. This is the version that I made that included the eyelashes, but I've got a couple more versions that I made using different colors because dragons can come in any color. So here's a blue dragon that I made, and he does not have the eyelashes, and I just made him entirely blue. I liked the way that that made the flames really stand out. And I've got one more version. This one is an orange dragon, and I gave him some contrasting green horns and these back ridges. I often like to make those be the same color, and then the body of the dragon be all one color. So that is how you make the dragon. I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and I'll see you next time.